Hi, Luke. It's good of you to spend this
Hello.
bit of time with me today. And first of all, can I just say a big congratulations on the new job? I know you're now working at Environment Bank. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the new job and what the Environment Bank does?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thanks very much, Clive. Thanks for having me. Yeah, so I've recently started as the Chief Marketing Officer of a company called Environment Bank. We work in the biodiversity net gain space, and there's two main objectives really for me in my new role with the company. So in England, we've got new regulation coming in from DEFRA, which was part of the Environment Act. So that means that anybody developing anything really of scale in the UK or in England rather at the moment has to enhance biodiversity by at least 10%. So that's housing developers, commercial developers. As of November this year, they will need to enhance biodiversity by at least 10%. So that means there's a growing market for biodiversity units in the UK, and Environment Bank is positioning itself to be one of the leaders in that market. So very exciting. It's a big new industry, and Environment Bank has got a fantastic team. The team has been building habitat banks around England for some time now, and we're ready for that market to open. We're talking to lots of developers. We're talking to local planning authorities, and yeah, very excited to be a part of the burgeoning new industry. The second part of it is actually a voluntary global market in biodiversity units, biodiversity credits, or nature credits, as they're sometimes referred to. So I think there is a growing interest from global corporations in enhancing nature and investing in nature and becoming nature positive, and there is a growing demand for biodiversity credits or nature credits, and I think that's a fantastic thing. And I think it's a very nascent industry, but it's growing, and Environment Bank wants to be a global player and the gold standard of providers in terms of global biodiversity credits. So that's very exciting as well. And you know, there's a huge opportunity there, which we would like to be part of and lead the way.
Fantastic, and it's a great opportunity for landowners and farmers, I guess.
It is. It's certainly in England. You know, we have been talking to lots of landowners already, and it's a fantastic opportunity. It's a great way to diversify your income streams. You know, with the changes in the subsidy regime for farmers and landowners, this is a very attractive option. With the Environment Bank model, you know, there's the security of that income for over 30 to 35 years.
Wow.
And you know, that goes hand in hand with the nature benefits. So it's a win-win situation.
Fantastic. And in my book, and thank you, by the way, for agreeing to be featured in it, in the chapter on vitality, which, as we discussed before we started recording, is all about vitality, well-being of people, of all of life, of habitat, ecosystems, the planet in general. And that's fantastic. And one of the things that I'm mentioning in the book, which is a real opportunity for the world, is the move away from meat, from the slaughterhouse, to precision fermentation, which has been written about a lot by people like Adam Dorr from the Rethink X Institute. And the prediction is that in 10 years or thereabouts, the cost of meat through precision fermentation, which is about taking stem cells from animals and creating animal products in a factory or a laboratory, the forecast is that that is going to displace pasture land, because there won't be the demand, because it'll be cheaper to buy that sort of meat, and obviously that's good for animal welfare and things like that. But the focus, I think, is to free up something like 3 continents worth of land around the world that can be used for something else. So I guess this is a great opportunity for Environment Bank looking forward.
Well, it could be, yeah. I mean, it does sound like there's a huge opportunity there for nature restoration. Everybody, well, most people will know about the alarming decline of habitat and biodiversity and species loss, and a part of that has been due to farming. So yeah, I mean, if handing large large swathes of land back to nature restoration is positive, and with our global ambitions, and as I was saying earlier, that global market and that interest from corporations opening up, it does sound like there's an opportunity there whereby appropriate land can be returned to nature and biodiversity. So yes, I mean, that is our longer term ambition, is to have habitats not just in England but in other parts of the world, which we restore and develop to the highest possible standards that you can. And those standards are still emerging, and we're doing a lot of work at the moment to try and understand what the recognized standards are and could be and should be, and be at the forefront of that. So yeah, very exciting.
Yes, it is, and I guess it's going to be a challenging time for farmers and landowners as all these things begin to happen. And so at least behind every cloud for them in terms of their business, there are these silver linings, that there are alternative ways to earn income from land and do things that are good for the planet, and I guess also good for the climate at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what's exciting for me, is that is people and businesses and corporations now are realizing the value in nature, and that's what natural capital is. And there is a real value to nature, and I think that's what's so exciting about this new industry, is that there is a proper value set on nature. No business can function, no global corporation can function without nature and biodiversity. Everything hinges on it. No, if we don't have it, then we don't. There's no business. There's no industry. There's no. The world wouldn't function. So I think that's the exciting thing, and there's numerous opportunities in this burgeoning new industry.
So if I had to put you on the spot and tell me about one thing that inspires you the most, what would it be?
One thing that inspires me the most. Well, I believe in sustainable development. I do, and I think we've all benefited from using the Earth's natural resources over the years, one way or another. So I am a believer in sustainable development. Okay, and I think what inspires me is the ingenuity and the hope that we can continue. Human beings, business can continue, not as usual, but in different ways, in better ways.
Yes.
So I find that inspirational. Just the opportunities that if we've got the bright minds and the ambition to just change the way we do things, the opportunities are massive and inspirational and exciting.
Yes, I think I also get inspired when I think about the potential for leisure. I love to go walking around the countryside, and to think that all these new habitats will be creative. We'll get to see them. They won't all be hidden away. Some of them will be near footpaths, and I'm just really excited about the way that the world is changing and what this means for our future.
Yeah, absolutely. And people are waking up to that. You know, the world can be. I suppose it sounds cliche, but the world can be a better place, and I firmly believe it will be.
Yes,
And it's not too difficult for us to change our ways and realise, what could be.
indeed. As Adam Dorr talks about in his book Brighter, it is a brighter future that we're heading towards, as long as we get it right.
Yeah,
So
that's right. That's and we
thank
have
you
to.
and
We
your
have to.
team. Thank you and your team for everything that you're doing for the world, and I wish you every success, Luke.
Yeah, and likewise, you keep up the good work, Clive.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.